on Robert Smith.
And if anybody can throw the ball with enough energy to get it back, this man, Robert Smith, is the one that can do it.
Two contrasting styles.
Well, certainly Walter Ray Williams. Straight. From the outside, leaving the 10-pin.
He's carry all those today.
He's carried most of them. Leaves the 10-pin, switches to that harder ball, plastic surface. You don't need any power, just accuracy for the 10. All single pins.
Takes it up. Now Robert Smith with one PBA title, a big one. He won the U.S. Open earlier this year.
And if you think we had some energy on the ball in that first match with Hoskins and with Kent, take a look at this. My opinion, the most powerful strike ball on tour.
All right.
Opening strike for Smith. Profile look. High backswing and so much strength at the bottom of the swing.
I was watching him last night, Marshall, and he was standing on in front of the gutter to the left of the gutter on the left-hand lane to throw a shot on the right-hand lane.
Yeah, and he makes the pins dance.
Boy. He told us earlier he hadn't slept for about 27 hours. Just couldn't sleep, remember, this afternoon, and here he is in the title match. Trying to make it 2 in a row.
Oh, look at that power.
Oh, my.
Ball driving back into the pocket, knocking that 10-pin down. Watch the ball go so severely to the right and really hooks late. 6-pin able to knock down the 10 on a very light half-pocket hit. And for the first time all day,
Alrighty. Well, that makes sense.
Williams finds himself trailing and now leaves a 6-7-10. Could be significantly down after 2 frames.
Alrighty.
Williams confused. Thought he threw that ball better.
Hit left.
Oh, give it a go. Just gets one.
Overcut it. It'll be 25 in the second frame for Williams. For Smith, a couple of strikes. And the momentum that was Williams all day is now gone.
Right back with a strike.
Yeah, that was a strike, but it was a little bit high in the pocket. And he, you know, it doesn't take much to sever your confidence.
But Robert Smith has a lot of confidence right now after throwing 2 strikes to start this title match. 3 and 5, 216 average on television. He won from the top spot in that U.S. Open earlier this year. And 3 in a row to start the championship match. A classic NHL rivalry pits the Rangers and captain Mark Messier against the Philadelphia Flyers from the First Union Center in Philadelphia. That is Thursday night on ESPN2. It all gets underway at 8 o'clock, National Hockey Night. Smith trying to make it 4 in a row.
And I'll tell you, I would have taken Walter in this match, but Smith dominating early.
Oh, he was dialed in.
And excited, too. Wow. But that shot again was actually too far left. It was a little bit too high. He'll have to make an adjustment the next time in the left-hand lane. Something distracted Williams. Someone in the crowd. Said they must have talked or said something.
He'll regroup and try to make it a double. And he does.
Come on.
So a spare and an open, and then 2 strikes for Walter Ray, and Robert Smith with 4 in a row.
That's a 35-pin lead Very important shot right here in the 5th frame. Can cut it to 25 and really give Smith something to think about.
In a row. Walter Ray won this tournament in 1983, and 1993, and again 2 years ago. Robert Smith looks very confident, although he has not been in this position.
Well, I think the win at the Open this year certainly did a lot for his confidence, and just an incredibly talented young man with so much physical ability. Has the first 4, trying to get that lead back up to 35.
And 5 in a row, the first 5 for Robert Smith. First team All-American at San Diego State University.
Watch him scatter these pins, Phil. Just unfair, the amount of ball that Robert Smith throws. So much power.
That was Walter that started off with a lot of strikes in the semifinal match. The first 7 ended up with a 258 to advance to the title match. Smith looking for the first 6. And just the 10 pin.
Yeah, the messenger did not come back and get the 10. The string stops at 5 for Smith. Walter's got to be saying thank you as Smith changes balls. Got an unusual grip. The ring finger is much shorter than the middle on his grip.
Smith picks up the 10 pin. So Robert Smith out in front here in the title match. He leads by 35. Williams Jr. during the break. Couple of 10-pin spares in the 6th and 7th frame. And now it's Robert Smith up in the 7th.
Uh-oh. There's the mistake. It's the 3, the 4, the 6, and the 7. Ball really cutting through the pocket. Breaking very sharply right here. And he's staring it down, and he knows he's in trouble, and uh-oh. Can be made. In fact, Chris Barnes made it earlier in the telecast. Get the ball to the right side of the 3-pin, knock it into the 4 and the 7. See if he can do it.
Just gets 2, and you hate to open the door. Just the slightest bit for Walter Ray.
Now there's George and Nancy Warren, the co-tournament chairpersons, and boy, they do a great job, and they make us feel at home, and we appreciate it.
10th year, the pros have been coming to Eastway lanes. In fact, Eastway was the first center to have down lane seating for the telecast. Also hosted the very first modern day arena finals back in '94. Robert Smith on top right now by 20.
Well, his lead went from 35 down to 20 and needs to regroup here in the 8th. And that looks like exactly what he's done. Put the bad shot behind you, young man, and sit down and see what Williams Jr. can do.
Just got to forget about that shot in the 7th. Walter up in the 8th frame.
Come on, get up there and carry. Yeah, baby, that's it. Come on.
All right.
Well, he left a couple of 10 pins while we were away. He doesn't leave one here. 6-pin takes care of the 10. There's the scoreboard. 20-pin deficit for Williams. The best that Williams can do is 233. Put the pressure on Smith with a strike here in the 9th.
He does just that, and you know it, Marshall.
What a great competitor. Walter Ray Williams Jr. Certainly the best of his time. 9th frame, high flush in the pocket. He needed that for any chance. He knows it, and he loves it. That's just a 10-pin lead, and this is the lane that he came in high on. You'll see the adjustment, probably moving a little bit left.
9th frame.
And a confident shot from Robert Smith. Strikes in the 9th frame. Answers Walter Ray Williams. Strikes in the 8th, the 9th. Lead back up to 20. strike here in the 10th frame in any kind of count, Robert Smith's the champion. But if he does not strike, he leaves the door open for Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Trying to win his second title, overall second title of the year.
He's taking a little extra time right now.
Certainly a huge shot for this 26-year-old right-hander.
Well, he's taking too much time.
There it is. Oh, my. Beautiful shot.
On the other hand, maybe he knew exactly what he was doing. And look at that. What a great score Walter Ray Williams Jr. is. He was applauding just like everybody else. Robert Smith just needs to stay behind the lane. Look at the intensity. Robert Smith, he knows the ball is going to be great right now. Going dead high, flush in the pocket. All the pins react. And he leaves the 5 and the 7, just throws it hard and straight. That's all he needed. He's your champion.
Robert Smith picks up his second PBA title.
Yeah, and for Williams, boy, he came so close to winning 3 consecutive singles titles. And still, he's not completely out of the running for Player of the Year.
No.
And neither is this man right here.
So Robert Smith fires a 239, just too much, against Walter Ray Williams Jr. He is the 2000 Flagship Open champion.